Pyro by now knew all about Mrs. Harper's daughter. Everyone on the train who could understand English did. How she and her husband were on the staff of the big American college in Smyrna, and how this was Mrs. Harper's first journey to the East, and what she thought of the Turks and their zip-shop ways and the condition of their roads. The door next to them opened, and the thin, pale manservant stepped out. Inside, Pyro caught a glimpse of Mr. Rogers sitting up in bed. He saw Pyro, and his face changed, darkening with anger. Then the door was shut. Mrs. Harper drew Pyro a little aside. "You know, I'm dead scared of that man." "Oh, not the valet, the other. His master. Master indeed. There's something wrong about the man. My daughter always says I'm very intuitive. When Mama get a hunch, she's dead right. That's what my daughter says, and I've got a hunch about that man. He's next door to me, and I don't like it. I put my grips against the communicating door last night. I thought I heard him trying the handle. Do you know, I shouldn't be surprised if that man turned out to be a murderer, one of these train robbers you read about. I dare say I'm foolish, but there it is. I'm downright scared of that man. My daughter said I've had an easy journey, but somewhat I don't feel happy about it. It may be foolish, but I feel anything might happen, anything at all, and how that nice young fellow can bear to be his secretary I can think." Colonel Arbuthnot and McQueen were coming toward them down the corridor. "Coming to my carriage," McQueen was saying. "It isn't made up for the night yet. Now, what I want to get right about your policy in India is this." The man passed and went on down the corridor to McQueen's carriage. Mrs. Harper said good night to Pyro. "I guess I'll go right to bed and read," she said. "Good night." "Good night, madame." Pyro passed into his own compartment, which was the next one beyond Roger's. He undressed and got into bed, read for about half an hour, and then turned out the light. He awoke some hours later, and awoke with a start. He knew what it was that had wakened him. A loud groan, almost a cry, somewhere close at hand. At the same moment, the ting of a bell sounded sharply. Pyro sat up and switched on the light. He noticed that the train was at a standstill, presumably at a station. The cry had startled him. He remembered that it was Rogers who had the next compartment. He got out of bed and then opened the door just as the wagon conductor came hurrying along the corridor and knocked on Rogers' door. Pyro kept his door open a crack and watched. The conductor tapped a second time. A bell rang and a light shone over another door farther down. The conductor glanced over his shoulder. At the same moment, a voice from within the next door compartment called out, "C'est Nesrin, Jimmy Swiss trumpet. Bien, monsieur." The conductor scurrying off again to knock at the door where the light was showing. Pyro returned to bed, his mind relieved, and switched off the light. He glanced at his watch. It was just 23 minutes to 1.